People will ask me for it afterwards. Welcome. A bit about myself. I'm based in Birmingham in the United Kingdom. I've been in multi-level marketing for now 30 years. I've been very busy recently in the crypto space, struggling, to be honest, to really get forward because of the state of the industry. 5 days ago, well, last Thursday, a very good friend of mine called Duncan Wood, who may be on later, called me up and said, Colin, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to have a listen to what I've got to tell you. I've got something to show you, which is phenomenal. It's like nothing we have done before. So me being me, I was very, very open-minded, prepared to have a listen. He explained it to me and I thought, this sounds incredible. Do me a favor, could we set up a Zoom call? I'll get 3 people on the call and I want you to go through this and show them what you just told me and we'll go from there. So on the same Thursday, last Thursday, I got 3 people on the call at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That was all, 3 people. At the end of that call, all those 3 people joined. And here we are today with, as it stands, 38 people on the call. So I can see that the growth around the globe is absolutely massive. And why is it that it has happened, in my opinion? Is because people out there are looking for a way to create an income instantly. We're not talking about building a business that's going to pay you in months and months and months to come. People want to make money today. You join today, you make money today. So me, last Thursday, I joined. I spent the minimum just to test the water, $250. I donated to 2 people within the system, followed the system. By the end of the same day, that was last Thursday, I found that I'd been donated or received $625 in donations. To me, that was totally amazing. I've never seen a response like that. And that was last Thursday. That was in day 1. Here we are now on Tuesday. It's less than a week I've been involved in this business. I don't really want to talk about how much I've earned at this stage now, because it's not about enticing you, because what I earn, you might not earn. But let's put it this way. I have earned a 5-figure income already. And to me, that's totally incredible. In the first week of just getting to understand what's going on, understanding the back office, understanding how it all works. This is not multi-level. So if you have success in multi-level, you will find this very, very easy. Because the majority of people in multi-level, as we know, do not actually make any money. I have people that have joined this business. They've joined listening to what I've said. They've sent out their donations. They've been busy in their own business. They haven't had a chance to actually understand what's going on yet. People have fell within their net, within their matrix. They've been paid donations to them. They've actually got back the money that they actually spent in the first place. That is a beautiful situation. And this is not unusual. This is happening a lot. This is happening all over the globe. I just want to check and hope I have my good friend on here that I've only met since last week, which is Joe. Joe is here, thankfully. I'm going to
I am here.
Joe, thanks, Joe. Joe is a veteran in the business. I think he's been in about 20 days. But I'll let Joe take over and explain what has happened with this company across the globe in the last 20 or so days. So, Joe, if you'd be good enough to speak to all our guests. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much. I'm so excited that you're excited, and a lot of people are excited because for once in my career in network marketing, in the last 25 years, I've never seen anything like this where, 70, 80% of the people that do get involved in the crowdfunding, 50-50 are getting a donation and they're getting their money back and then some, which for me is everything. Like you said, like Colin said, I've only been doing this for 20, 21 days. Brought in a few folks. It's grown massively. It's basically I couldn't stop it if I wanted to. The money, the donations that we're receiving, the donation that we're paying out to people, not only is it helping me and my family, but I can assure you it's helped a lot of people around the globe with being in financial situation. And it's the first time ever where you are in total control of your your future when it comes to receiving donations and giving donations. The beautiful thing about this, guys, this is completely 100% peer-to-peer. This is not controlled by a company. You don't have to worry about a company shutting its doors or going away or disappearing. This is completely peer-to-peer. The only thing that the software that the co-founder owns does all the tracking for us. He doesn't collect any money from the donations. It's a one-time $29 every 6 months for the software. He could easily charge $29 a month. We would all gladly pay it because we know how much money is being transferred from peer to peer. But he is truly more about for the people as opposed to for the company. It's not about the company. He just makes enough to pay his software developers and that sort of thing. So I can assure you one thing: this has no control over any companies. When you have to send a donation, you're sending a donation to another member in the group. And when you receive donations, you're getting a donation from a member in the group. So there's nothing coming from a company, or you're not sitting there waiting for a check, or you're not going, I hope this company lasts. And he's had another program similar to this that's been running since 2002, over 600,000 members worldwide. He had over $1 billion, just under $1 billion in donations transferred from peer to peer. And he claims that this will be 10 times what his other program, what his other program is. So you guys are in a very good place. I would say there's less than 2,000 members on this right now. We predict by the spring we should have millions and millions of people. So you guys could be in a better place to be a part of this. And like I said, my biggest takeaway from everything that I'm seeing so far is you have average people, and you have people that have never succeeded in anything, have never seen any kind of money working online or doing anything remotely close to this. They're making money. They're making money. They're changing their lives, and that's what's exciting for me. It's about people making money. It's not always about you making the money. Obviously, we do, but it's really about you guys. So, so that's about it. I don't know if there's anything else you want me to cover, Colin, but like I said, that's what's more exciting than anything is everybody's making money. And like I said, the only thing that you have to do is just bring in your two. Obviously, the more people you bring, the more you make, the more you help other people. This is really about helping other people by you doing the work and being a good example as a leader, like Colin and Duncan over there in the UK. So so thank you for letting me share, Colin. I really appreciate it, and I am so happy. And like I said, I pinch myself every morning, going, man, I can't believe we stumble across this, because this is truly helping people worldwide. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks, mate. Like you just said, I mean, for me, it's only been since Thursday, and I cannot believe what's actually happening here. I cannot believe this system has been put together. I didn't even know about the original system. I don't know how that's passed me by, because this is it's such a breath of fresh air. It's unreal. So many people are actually making money. And for everybody here, even if you haven't had any donations yet, you will definitely get donations. It's just the beauty of the system. And the system itself, the nice thing about it is that whoever you personally introduce will follow you through the system as you keep going on and on and on. You never ever lose anybody you've brought into the system, which is really, really powerful. Every single time that person moves up a level, because there are actually 4 levels or 5 levels. There's a 250, which is where you start. And that could be your only out-of-pocket expense, is the 250, apart from the annual, the sub-annual, the biannual fee of $29. So you spend your $250. The profits you make in donations from the first level of 250 could pay you for the second level, the 500. And then the profits you're making from there can also pay you up to the 1,000. When you're up at the 1,000 and someone's sending you a donation of $500 in one click of a button, it's absolutely immense. From 1,000 it goes to 2,000, 2,000 to the maximum is 4,000. At 4,000 you're getting somebody sending you a donation of 2,000. It's huge. It's obviously life-changing. And it all starts with that 250 donation that you say, right, I am going to donate to two people's causes. The cause could be a personal cause for them to pay bills, or it could be a project of theirs. It could be a church. It could be anything that they are raising funds for. Absolutely beautiful. So what I want to do, I like to keep these meetings as short as I can, just to get straight to the point. There's no hype. It's exactly what it is. I'll open. What I'll ask you to do, if anybody's got any questions, you just unmute yourself. The main question that I get asked every single day is crowdfunding legal? And the answer to that, Joe, would you like to answer that for me, or shall I do it?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I can answer that for you. I get that question all the time. Yeah, absolutely, crowdfunding is 100% legal from every country in the world. Every jurisdictions allows crowdfunding. In the U.S., Barack Obama did a major crowdfunding campaign for his presidency. I mean, a lot of countries do it. A lot of people do it. GoFundMe is another one. There's even people that put up a website and they crowdfund for a case of beer or anything like that. And there's no law against donating any money to anybody, and there's no law against you receiving any money from anything. But this is one thing that I want to be clear on, is when people ask me about taxes. Well, I'm in Canada. Absolutely, I pay my taxes. If I do get donations sent to me, and I'm paying my bills with it, or I'm doing, whatever, I'm purchasing things, it's an income, so I will be paying my taxes on it. And this is not, I'm not suggesting anybody to do what I'm doing, but definitely check with your tax accountant or your attorney to make sure that, that you want to follow the laws of your country. And that's what keeps it legal, is you are collecting money. So we have to pay our taxes, and that's what we do up here. So absolutely legal. I've never seen that's why it's been running for since 2002. So crowdfunding is getting more and more, especially with the internet and the amount of people that we can actually touch around the world and be in contact with people around the world. So we're able to help a lot of people around the world and also help ourselves. So so that's a question I get asked all the time. Yeah.
Brilliant. What you just said there as well, the way the internet has developed over the last 5-10 years, it's made it so easy now for us to communicate. So when it comes to a business like this, where we get a confirmation of a donation, it's very simple to get that confirmation done and dusted, because we can communicate via Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever it is. It's much easier these days to actually connect with people all over the globe. It must have been very difficult in the early days when you did the first program for people to confirm, especially across the globe. That was always one of the main questions I got asked. The other main question I get asked, and I'll answer this myself, because you'll probably get this asked yourself. People say to you, well, what happens when people stop spending, people stop donating? Well, this is a business like any other business. The same can be said if I said to you, if you run a corner shop, what happens if people stop coming into a shop and spending money on your products in that shop? You'd go out of business. This is no different. If all of us stop spending, stop donating, then there will be no business. But the beauty of human nature is we will donate and we will receive donations. It's a proven 16-year track record today. So that's always the second question I get asked, and bottom line is people will always donate, because we're all looking to advance ourselves. So if anybody's got any other question, please unmute your mic and ask your question. If you're not asking a question, please unmute your mic. Anybody got a question?
It's Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I just confirm what you said, because I spoke to Duncan. Duncan sponsored me into the business, and it was sometime on Saturday. I've been in multi-level before, but not for 20 years, so a bit out of touch with things. And as you do, you get various responses. But, I woke up on Sunday night before I went to bed. I thought I'd better check the website. And I had $500 in my account, well, to be collected. So, again, within less than 2 days, I've doubled what the amount that I put in. It's fantastic.
Are you a big networker, Mike? Would you say are you a big networker, or are you just?
Well, I was.
You was okay, but you've had a hard time.
I've been out of the loop for a long time, but it doesn't matter. Just speaking to people.
How many people have you referred to this so far?
How many?
Yeah.
Still zero. It was yesterday and today that I got onto it, but by the, don't judge me now, judge me where I'm going.
No, that's fine. But the point is, you haven't referred anybody yet.
No.
Yet you've received donations.
Yeah.
So you're already in profit, or at least you're broken even.
Well, no, double what I put in.
Oh, you doubled. Right, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's
fantastic.
Anybody else like to ask a question? Anything on your mind regarding this?
Hello?
Yes, speak up.
Yes, can you hear me?
Maxim, yes, speak up.
Yes, I've joined a similar program like this before.
Okay.
What happens if someone fails to introduce people?
Okay. Joe, would you like to answer that for me?
Absolutely. The question was, you've joined a program like this before, and if people fail to share this with people, well, it's obvious what happens. Without anybody giving out donations, or without any activity, you're going to stall yourself out. So I always tell people, not only are you going to be blessed with donations, but try to share it with people that you love, that you care about, to have them have the same scenario that's happening to you. And that's what keeps it going. Obviously, we can't control what people do, but obviously we definitely want to share with people. I know for myself that I wanted everybody that I knew to be a part of this, because I know it could financially help them and help other people that I don't even know. And so it's very important to know that the system will allow you to cycle through the system one time, and then after the second time, you will not be back on the boards, because you are recommended to bring in 2 people. But I recommend people to bring in as many as they want, because you're going to get more donations coming your way, and you'll be able to bless a lot more people out there. This is not like MLM, where we're trying to maximize only our income, but really, when you give, you receive. It's a very powerful law, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Let me just maybe clarify what I'm talking about.
Sure.
The system which I joined, you have to bring 2 people, right? So let's say you bring me, I'll be either on your left-hand side or right-hand side. Now, those 2 people, they have to bring their own 2 people. But if the 2 people I've brought in fail to bring people, if I bring 4 more people, they go and spill over into their own markets. Then that gives me donations. If those people do something, then those people that I've brought in, we have not brought anyone, get donations. Now, the challenge is the people that I brought in, if they fail to bring their own 2, and my spillovers spill over onto them, if not both of those 2 levels fail to do anything, that stalls, which means it becomes a challenge. Maybe I haven't looked at it in a better way, but from my understanding, if I'm going to cycle, how many people do I need to cycle out in any level?
It's 6 altogether. But remember that it's not, the spillover does not just come from you. You'll have spillover from a level above you, even a level or 2 above you. Because what the computer does, it kind of scans for open spots, and it'll drop those people in. And so that's how it works. I've had donations over the weekend where it was from 3 levels above me that I got a donation from. So it always looks for the weakest place. It'll drop. It might take longer, but the system recognizes it. But you're absolutely right. It might not go as fast. Some people get really lucky, and they one donate. They sign up and they'll get 2-3 donations right away. It happens, and then some people come in and they don't get a donation for a little while, and then they finally get a donation. So the computer does the scanning, but absolutely, I mean, the key is to keep bringing people in. If it really helps everybody, but you do get a spill from your from above. It could happen from 2-3 levels up above you. So it is really powerful that way.
I might have to look at the whole plan and then compare with what I'm talking about to see whether there are differences, because that same plan is the same thing whereby you need 6 people to complete a cycle. But if the 2 people that you bring in and the subsequent 4 don't manage to bring anything, you are in a fix.
Yes, and that's why the system is designed that way, because if they have 2, if they don't bring in their 2 and they cycle, they will not be placed back on the board to kill the board. So it'll eliminate the ones that don't do anything.
If that's the way it works, then it might be different from. Yep.
Yes, it's totally different. It's the one of a kind, because they call it the Mobius loop. So what happens whenever you cycle, you'll always end up back under your sponsor. So you always stay with your team. In the past, they used to spread people apart all the time. Now everybody's collected together. So every time you cycle, you always end up under your sponsor all the time. Regardless. But the ones that don't do anything, they'll cycle out one time, but they will not be placed back to kill the board.
So for me to cycle out, sorry to be taking this long, if I put my 250, how much do I get per cycle?
You get 125 per donation. So times 6, that's 750. So you're in profit 500.
So how do I get back to the same cycle for 250? Do I have to put another 250?
No, you do. Yes, you do have to put another 250, but you take it from the donations you've received. So for instance, once you cycle, you've collected 750. And then you'll get put back onto the board, and it's automatic. You'll have 2 emails go out to 2 separate people. One of them will be your sponsor. It'll say that you've cycled, you owe $125 to this person, and then the other person will be whoever. We don't know who that would be, and then you just take the 125. Send 125 to your sponsor, 125 to the other person, and then you're back in again. You do it all over again. So it's done automatically. But if you chose not to do it, then you just don't pay, and that's it. Then you just end up being a dead spot, and that's it. You get basically after 3-4 days, the account gets suspended, so you cannot receive any money if you have not paid the 250, the 125 each to each person.
So I think this takes care of the shortfall of the other program. So,
yes, it does. Yes.
Anyway, I'm in.
I don't blame you. Anybody else got a question?
Yeah, it's Chris here in Australia. I've got to say, I've tried my heart out trying to, get people interested in this. Obviously, there's a major hangover left over from a former, business opportunity that probably a lot of people here have been involved in. And I think here in Australia, there's been so many scams that people have lost money on. I'm finding it very difficult, but I'm just a little bit surprised that even though I've been in since Sunday evening here in Australia, there has been no people passed down or up anyway. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be nice to be able to show people that it actually does work. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's probably where I am. I'm a little bit frustrated, I guess, at this stage.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, okay, so like I said, the computer system does, and that's why I tell people that there's no guarantee in anything, but sometimes you'll get into a position where you start getting some spillover. For you, it might take a little bit longer, but my suggestion to anybody, and I know you're trying, and I know people have been burnt in the past, but this is completely different than anything I've ever seen, because there's no money being transferred to a company. That's what scares me, is when you have a company that says, okay, send all the money to me, and then we're going to pay the individuals for doing the work. This is not the case. So it's really, people have to understand, there is no company that controls any of our money. 100% of the money is controlled by us, peer to peer. So the software does it exactly the way that we intended it to be. Basically, I pay my sponsor When I cycle, I pay my sponsor, and whoever else it falls under, they get donated. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not it's not a way that the company has any control over it. So the way that your matrix is, depending where you landed on your matrix, it could be somebody from above you that maybe once they bring in 1 or 2 people, you're going to see a spill coming below you. You bring in people. I honestly only received a couple spill just last week because I've personally brought in over 20 some people into the program. So I haven't seen much spill, but I did get spill over the weekend, which is the first time from above me. And that was honestly a surprise, but I don't rely on that. It's a bonus, but I don't rely on that. I rely on my own efforts. And then by doing that, my people do the same thing. So we start to bring in a culture, and that's why we're doing so well in such a short period of time. So it's just a matter, and I get your frustration, but believe me, don't be frustrated. This will change your life. This will honestly change your life. Just, keep trying. Use your sponsor for a 3-way. It's $250. 70 to 80% of people that get involved get a donation. 70 to 80%. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. Usually, in the old traditional MLM, you're looking at 1% that make money, and the rest don't make any money. And this is totally the opposite. Very high probability of success. And as I said, just a little effort. And again, I'm not saying that you're not putting in the effort. I'm just saying that I came into it not expecting spill. I came in working it 100%, just like Colin did and Duncan and everybody else. And I'm not undermining you. I'm just saying, talking to everybody else, if it's going to be up to anybody, it's always going to be up to me. And if I do get a bonus, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I guess, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, well, thanks for the advice. I'll keep chipping away, see
Chris,
what happens. Just a bit frustrating. Yeah.
Chris.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Mike in the UK.
Hey, Mike.
I empathise with you because a lot of people in of the whole of the world, in traditional MLM, that a lot of people have been burnt.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard my story before, but I've been, I say lucky, I've just been in the position. I haven't recruited anyone yet. And I've
what, sorry?
Of the 250, I had 500 back. But I've got a lot on the go, and people saying, yeah, I'll look at it. But you ring them, and they haven't even watched the video.
Yeah.
It's a question of on the burner and keeping them going, and eventually, if they do see it, they'll come in.
Yeah.
Everyone won't, will they?
Yeah, I don't know. I just see all these photos coming through that on the chat sites. Oh, I've made money overnight, haven't introduced anyone. I'm just thinking, well, it's not happening for me. You know what I mean? So not that. Yeah, but anyway, that's just the way. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Nice to speak to you anyway.
Yeah.
Stay in there, Chris. Anybody else? Any questions before we finish? We've got a couple of minutes left.
Just a quick one from myself, Colin.
Yep. Go on, Shane.
Just to give you all an heads up on this, it's what Chris was saying. I can appreciate, because I've actually had people in my business where I've only been. Well, I joined the same day as Colin, and then didn't do anything because I was too busy. And then Colin told me what he was earning, and I thought, I've got to get my finger out. So on Friday, I started work. Were it Friday or Saturday? I can't remember now. It's gone so quick. But I got, 5, 6 people or something like that. Now, the people that I've actually put in, 2 of them haven't had any donations. The other 2, one's had 875 back, and the other one has had, I think he's had 1,000 back now. So, and only one of them's put somebody in. And so you never know. Now, they're all active and they're all getting people to join. Don't get me wrong. In fact, one was signing one up tonight. And it's just the luck of the draw, how it goes. But I honestly believe that everybody will get donations. We all forget that this has only been a few days. If you was in a traditional network marketing company or something, you'd be waiting 2 months before you got any decent money. Well, say decent money, any return at all. So, you know, we forget that. And I'm guilty of this, because I remember phoning Colin just a couple of, yesterday. And I was talking to him about one of my team that hadn't had no funds yet. And he went, how long has it been in? I went, a day. And he just said, have you heard yourself? And I just burst out laughing. I thought, I'm a nutter, you know. But that's what it is. We've just got to give it time. It will work. I'm totally confident.
Excellent. Okay, guys, I think we've been on long enough. Hopefully it's a lot clearer for everybody. Please get back to the person that introduced you to this business if you haven't actually signed up yet. Hopefully everybody has watched the 8-minute video. Take another look at it if you're still unsure what's going on. Reach out to whoever it is introduced you, or reach out to me or to Joe to get any of your questions answered. We're doing the same thing again tomorrow. So please bring your guests along. Thanks everybody for jumping on the call. Thank you. I'll have the recording in our Facebook chat group later on this evening. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.